I used to think making a good presentation was mostly about finding the right template, moving things around, and then realizing an hour disappeared. So when I tried Dokie AI, I wanted to test something much simpler. Can I go from a rough idea to a presentation I'd actually be comfortable showing a client or team without spending my entire afternoon designing slides? The first thing I noticed is that the workflow feels much more idea first. Instead of starting with an empty slide and wondering what goes where, you can start with the information you actually want to present. That's a much better starting point, especially if you're a business owner, freelancer, startup founder, or anyone who makes presentations regularly. And this is where AI presentation tools can save a surprising amount of time. The hardest part isn't always designing the slide, it's figuring out what the slide should actually say. If you're staring at a blank presentation, you have two problems at once: the content and the design. Getting AI to help structure the information first means you're not wasting time making a beautiful slide that doesn't communicate anything. I tested it with the kind of content I'd actually use for work, and that's where I think Dokie AI becomes useful. You can get a structure in place much faster, then focus on fixing the parts that actually matter: your message, examples, numbers, and the story you're trying to tell. But here's the catch: AI can make a presentation quickly. It can't know your audience as well as you do. You still need to look through the slides and ask, would I actually say this in a meeting? Sometimes AI generated content can feel a little too generic, and that's where your input makes a difference. I'd also avoid the temptation to generate a deck and immediately send it to a client. Give it a human pass, cut anything unnecessary, replace generic statements with real examples, and make sure every slide has a reason to exist. That's what turns an AI-generated presentation into a useful presentation. For me, the biggest benefit isn't that Dokie AI eliminates presentation work completely. It's that it gets you past the blank page problem much faster. And if you've ever spent 20 minutes staring at an empty slide deck, you know exactly why that's valuable. So, can Dokie AI make presentations shockingly easy? I'd say it can make the first 80% much easier, but the final polish still belongs to you, because a fast presentation isn't automatically a good presentation. The message still has to land. Now I'm curious, what do you hate more? Writing the presentation or designing the slides? Comment below and tell me which part takes you the most time.